Daily vlog, day 41. Want to see the cool new fashion accessory I got? Check it out! I have a torn tendon in my elbow and my doctor says I need to wear this brace for the next couple of weeks while I go through physical therapy. I wish it came in red, then I could pretend it was Iron Man's gauntlet. Repulsor blast! Anyway, my gimpy wrist is not going to be the subject of my vlog today. It's been 41 vlogs. I feel like you and I have gotten closer, gotten to know each other a little better, and frankly, I feel I can trust you with a secret. Come here. Okay. Oh, all right, fine, I'll come to you. This is the tale of my most embarrassing moment. Shh. The year is 1987. A young pre-bearded John Inverso is heading in to school that day, wearing upon his person the brand new jeans he purchased that night before. Bugle Boy jeans, the height of suburban fashion. So excited to wear his jeans, John neglected to read the label. Wash before wearing, it said. John went about his day as usual, going from class to locker to class to locker to class until it was time for gym. Though not entirely comfortable with the idea of locker room nudity, John knew he needed to change his pants into his gym shorts so that he could get out into the gymnasium and do what passed as physical education for 1987. John had always tried keeping to himself in the locker rooms for fear that he would give any of them, any predators of the locker room, not those kinds of predators, an embarrassing opportunity to exploit in front of others. Today was not John's day. Upon the necessary disrobing in order to put his gym shorts on, John took down his pants only to find that his tighty whities were in fact blue. But that wasn't all. Much to his horror and the growing amusement of those gathered around, John found that his underwear was not the only thing to be dyed blue. John's thighs and calves had suffered from this diabolical dyeing as well. Many around him began to state the obvious. Did you forget to wash your pants first? But as the bell rung, everybody scattered from the locker room in order to get to the gym floor so as not to be late for class. That is, everyone except for John. John ran to the shower stall, an unfamiliar place at that age because John was not very comfortable with the idea of being publicly naked, let alone publicly naked and wet. But John knew he had to do something to get the telltale blue off of his legs if he was going to go into the gymnasium and participate in his physical education. After 5 minutes of futile scrubbing, John resigned himself to the fact that he would have to go and face the music, Smurf legs and all. Downtrodden and defeated, John sheepishly left the locker room and walked into the gymnasium. It only took a few seconds for people to start to notice John and his predicament, and more got to notice as soon as the gym teacher turned to reprimand John for being late, only to be caught mid-sentence by his own surprise at the blue-legged boy that stood before him. Reprimand averted, the gym teacher simply told John to get in line, shook his head, and went back to counting out the push-ups or sit-ups or whatever passed for that physical education that day. Giggling echoed through the gymnasium for the rest of the period until, mercifully, it was time for John to go back in and change back into the offending jeans that would now be his only shield from further embarrassment as he continued on through his day, hoping against hope that people would not mention the blue-legged menace that happened to be in gym class with them. This was high school. People mentioned it. By the end of the day, John had regretted buying these jeans, but more to the point, regretted not being patient enough to wash them first, as per the instructions on the label, which apparently every other person in his gym class knew about except him. And even though he vowed never to purchase anything from the Bugle Boy Company again, John learned a valuable lesson that day, that it's okay to laugh at yourself. It's not the end of the world. That really was the lesson I learned that day. That as embarrassed as I was for having blue-dyed legs and the unwanted attention of so many of my classmates, it wasn't the end of the world. I remembered that on my next embarrassing occasion, which I will not be telling you about at this time. But needless to say, it's a doozy. So go on, tell me your most embarrassing story. I want to hear it. This has been Daily Vlog number 41. 324 to go. I'll see you tomorrow.